Hello everyone, welcome aboard. I'm your captain. My name is Bazzy. I will be flying today in the Cessna Citation CJ4. We're going to do some stuff that we're not supposed to do today. We're going to be flying from Nepal, Kathmandu, all the way to Lukla at the base, or on the base of Mount Everest. So really short field, jet aircraft don't fly into there. But we're just going to break the rules. No air traffic control today. Typically, I like to fly in air traffic with air traffic control services, but today, we're doing something that is pretty unusual. And while I like to try to keep it real, this is pretty unrealistic and just kind of for fun. In the working title, CJ4 working title, the team has done a really good job on this aircraft. And honestly, I plan on potentially crashing and burning. So this is going to be a great challenge for me. I also really enjoy this approach in virtual reality, and I also really like this aircraft in virtual reality. But just for the sake of external shots and that kind of thing, I've decided today to do this without VR. So maybe we'll do this again or something like it in VR. But for today, we're just going to keep it, simple with the screen and my own eyes looking at the screen. So we'll go ahead and hop in to the aircraft and we'll start getting configured. It's pretty early in the morning in Nepal. It's on the other side of the world from where I am currently. It's about 3:30 in the morning there. Now I have artificially inflated the time to 5:30, so hopefully we'll get a nice, beautiful sunset by the time, or sunrise, excuse me, by the time we get to Lukla. I think this approach is going to be difficult enough than to do it in the dark. So we're going to make sure it's nice and bright for us by the time we get there. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and get started. Before we do, though, I'd like to just mention that I'm going to open up a poll right now. This poll will give you the control over what aircraft we fly next week. This is a once weekly flight sim stream. I like to do it at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time every single Friday. So next week I can fly one of, I think, 6 choices that you'll have to vote on. After I open the poll, you'll get a little message in the chat box, and in that chat box you can use exclamation point, for example, exclamation point 737 to vote for the 737. So I will go ahead and open up that poll right now. Okay, so if you look in the chat box there, you can see if you just use exclamation point vote A320, then next week I will fly the A320. CRJ will fly the CRJ. Otter for the Twin Otter. I'll do 172 for the 172. If we don't get any votes, what I'll do, I found a really cool spinny wheel. So next week I will just spin the wheel. It will randomly generate an aircraft for me to fly, and we'll fly that. So like I said, if you're just joining us, I'm going to do kind of a more fun flight today. No air traffic control. Just going to do some fun, have some fun. Very light aircraft right now to start. We're no passengers. We have no cargo. That's because Lukla is such a short field. We want the chance to land on it, though I really do anticipate crashing and killing everyone potentially on board, so that's why I just can't, in my heart of hearts, ethically take anyone along with me. But thankfully, you're all here to virtually come along with me, so we'll go ahead and get in the aircraft, get configured, and we'll get started. Okay, so hide the yoke. First thing first, we're just going to turn the battery switch to on. It's pretty dark, so let's ignore those caution lights for the oil pressure and battery amps, and we will turn on our headlamp, and I'll go ahead and get the avionics set down into dispatch mode. We're going to get a warning for the battery amps there. The very first thing we're going to do is we're going to initialize our position here. Pause init page. This is the coordinates of the GPS system on board the aircraft. So just click on that. Usually you can just put it in the scratch pad and set the position to the last known GPS position. I'm going to make sure that there is a ground power unit attached to the aircraft. which there's not, so we only have a couple of minutes without that, so we'll go ahead and just connect that so we don't have to worry about running out of power. The CJ's battery is pretty poor. It really only lasts for about 10 or 15 minutes without the engines running, so I'll turn that GPU on. Also, we'll go ahead and load in our sim brief flight plan. We're only going to kind of follow this. I didn't, there's no, like ILS approach for Lukla. This is, like I said, pretty unrealistic. No one's going to really do this, but we're going to fly from here, Kathmandu, in Nepal, runway 2. We will do a departure. We'll do the Igris 1 Bravo departure, which I will load in here to Igris, and then that departure really just helps us maintain all the terrain and obstruction clearance around the area here in Kathmandu. We don't want to immediately fly into a mountain. It's possible and easy to do, especially in the dark here. So that's why we will fly the Igris 1 Bravo departure. We'll go to this waypoint Igris and then to Kimti, at which point we are going to transition to heading mode, and we're just going to fly that heading as opposed to trying to fly over some waypoint. Because chances are we'll fly directly into the mountain if we let the autopilot fly it for us, at least in nav mode. So we'll switch over to heading mode, keep the autopilot on to keep our altitude set, and maybe try to, we're going to definitely have to hand fly it in to Lukla, and yeah, hopefully I survive. Okay, so that looks good. Let's go to our departure. Let's execute that. We'll go to departure and arrival index here, and we will let's just select the Igris 1 Bravo departure. Here we are. And Kimti transition. Pardon me, I'm getting may have a friend of mine join us today on the stream. It's not him. So yeah, later on we may have a friend of mine join. No idea if he will just join us at Lukla or not, but I'll try to get him on comms as well, so you'll be able to hear him and see him. Although I have artificially inflated the time to be a little bit in the future, about 5:30 a.m., whereas it would be about, let's see, it's 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, so I suppose it'd be 4 a.m. In Nepal. So right now it's about 6 a.m. artificially here, but I still do have live traffic and all that, just not live weather. The weather actually is the same as what is going to be projected in an hour and a half, but of course it hasn't happened yet. So that's the only really thing that that I've changed. Okay, so got our departure and arrival. The legs page looks good. Great. I guess at this point I will go ahead and get the avionics all the way on, because we're about to go into the performance page. And when I send the V speeds to the MFD, I would like to make sure that they actually show up when I send them, just to make sure. And we'll go ahead and run through our checklist. So, checklist. Alright, so battery switch is on, emergency lights, we need to arm those. Check that off. Standby flight display switch. Avionics or dispatch. I went ahead and turned them all the way on, so we've kind of bypassed that. Parking brake is set. We can assume the wheel tracks have been removed and someone has closed our cabin door for us. We'll go ahead and do the passenger briefing.
May I have your attention, please? Welcome aboard the Citation CJ4 aircraft. Your flight crew will make every effort to make your trip a pleasant one. At this time, please refer to the passenger briefing card located near your seat for important safety-related information.
The nav lights turned on, as well as the beacon, as we're going to get the
smoking is prohibited
engines turned on here in a moment.
While the no
and
smoking
we'll
lights
logo
are
light
and prohibited in the
and
lavatory at all times.
We'll go ahead and get the strobe on too, because
Aviation
it's still pretty dark.
regulations require passenger compliance with lighted no smoking and seatbelt signs, placards, as well as flight crew instructions. For taxi, takeoff, and landing, please ensure that your lap belt and shoulder harness are fastened and all portable electronic devices are turned off. Tables, luggage, and loose articles must be stowed and secured. Seats must be in the upright and outboard position, and your headrest
Just double check that the controls are correct for this. I know that I wasn't flying the CJ4 recently, so yeah, that would have been bad. So we will just go to my CJ4 preset, apply and save.
Instructions located near your seat. To fasten your lap belt, place the flat metal end into the buckle. Pull on the lap belt strap to tighten the lap belt. To fasten the shoulder harness, pull the shoulder harness strap across and in front of you and hook the metal end onto the stud located on your lap belt. To release your lap belt, depress the latch release on the top portion of the buckle. To release the shoulder harness, unhook the metal end from the stud. Because of the possibility
I'll go ahead and
of
refer
unexpected
to
turbulence,
my flight plan
please keep
for
your
my
lap
zero
belt
fuel weight.
securely fastened about you at all times while in your seat. In the event of cabin depressurization, oxygen masks will automatically drop from overhead compartment. Locate the nearest mask, pull the mask down to the full length of the tubing, and place it over your nose and mouth. Adjust masks by pulling the elastic straps and breathe normally. Don your mask prior to assisting others with their masks. An emergency exit is located at the right side of the aft cabin. To open the emergency exit, remove the plastic panel covering the release handle. Turn the handle in the clockwise
I had to do a quick
direction.
conversion
Pull the
from
top of the emergency
kilograms to
exit
pounds
inward,
to get
lifting
my
the
zero
base
fuel
out
weight,
of the
so I
opening
have that now.
and into the cabin. Discard the
10,280
emergency
pounds.
exit overboard. Exit the cabin by stepping
Is what
through
it's
the
already said
opening
is.
onto the wing
So
and
if I put that
continue
here,
forward off the wing. The main entry door,
basically
which
we're
you use
pretty
to
empty.
enter the aircraft, may also
So now
be used
these
as an
will
emergency
turn
exit.
off because we don't
To
need
open
them
the
any
main
longer.
entry door, first push in on the inner paddle located above the inner handle. Second, pull down on the
We'll go
inner
ahead and
handle
we'll get the
approximately
weather
90
where we are
degrees.
currently.
Push the door open and lower the stairs to exit the aircraft. Life vest locations are placarded near your seat. To don the life vest, tear open the storage bag and remove the vest. Place the life vest over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist, buckle, and tighten the strap. For children, wrap the belt around a leg, buckle, and tighten the strap. Inflate the life vest after exiting the plane by pulling downward on both red tabs. If the life vest fails to inflate, blow into the manual inflation tubes attached to the vest. For information on the location and use of fire extinguishers, as well as other emergency or survival equipment, refer to your passenger briefing card or consult your flight.
1014
Thank you, and have a
hectopascals. I'll have to
pleasant flight.
convert that to inches of mercury. So I just use a handy dandy conversion chart. 1014 hectopascals in inches of mercury. That would be 29904. Alright, so it has calculated the V-speeds for us. It has everything that we need, so I will go ahead and send those. In progress and complete. So we can see them now. They've appeared here on our PFD. And pardon me for a moment. Okay, a friend of mine has loaded up next to us here. I will, let's see if I can see him. He says he can't see me. I'm not sure. That might be him. I'm not sure what he's going to fly. Then again, that looks like an airliner, and I don't think he's going to be flying an airliner into Lukla, though maybe. This guy's pretty crazy. He's done stuff similar to that. I believe he's landed a CRJ there successfully. So, is he texting me? Yes, let's see. I'm not going to be able to check phone here, so maybe it'd be better since he is going to join us. I'll go ahead and configure that so we can just hear him as well. So we'll have our first guest on the stream. I'll tell him to get onto TeamSpeak server.
Connected. Disconnected.
All right. Sorry, I'm just setting up a TeamSpeak server so we can fly with my friend here.
Connected.
Okay, hello. Or whenever you're ready, you are the first guest on the Flight Sim stream, the first guest to appear on Bazzy. So when you're ready, everyone can hear you. You can go ahead and just introduce yourself. Until then, I'll go ahead and get everything continue to set up. So we sent our V-speeds. They have appeared here on our MFD.
Com check.
5x5.
Sorry, my microphone apparently fell behind the computer, and I don't know if you heard a bunch of scratching. And
No, I did, and I'd like to thank you for that because everyone here that's viewing on Twitch needed to make sure that their speakers worked. So, yeah, thank you for that.
well, gravity played part in it, and I'd like to give kudos to it as well.
Yeah, Isaac Newton.
Well, I mean, he discovered it. He didn't invent it. But
Okay, well now we're pulling hairs. Okay, so we're all set up here with our takeoff ref. We have initialized our position. Our flight plan looks good. So now what's next is we're going to start the engines. So engines are to idle. I'm actually going to turn on some lights here so I don't have to continuously have my headlamp on. So I have to remind myself where the light controls are. I thought that was them there in the middle. Oh, here we go. There we go.
okay, now I can see you.
Okay, good. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get our engine started. Let's get that light back. So this, these, I think it's Winston engines. Their FADEC system is really wonderful. You just push this starter button, and the FADEC system will essentially handle the injection of the fuel flow mixture by itself. So basically, as soon as I hit this engine starter button, and I put up this button guard and hit run, there's kind of no messing that up. The engine will start. So that's kind of the neat thing here. So we're going to start off with the right engine here. So we'll engage the starter. At this point, I will go ahead and get seatbelt
May
lights
I
on.
have your attention, please? The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please fasten your seatbelt and shoulder harness at this time. Thank you.
Alright, and 2 is rising, and 1 is rising. And then when this reaches about 50, the engine starter button should illuminate, and we'll have our engine available and stabilized. There we go. Perfect. Alright, Alright, so we'll go ahead and get the left one started. So also, I'd just like to say that I see there's some activity in the chat, but for some reason my stream dashboard is not actually showing me that in the chat. So I apologize. I will try to get that fixed. I see what's happened. These are comments from Facebook, so the only thing that I see are comments from Twitch. So I'll try to get that aggregated in another way, other than just on the screen for you all. Yeah, Nick, it is true. Sir Isaac did invent gravity. And thank you for the vote for the 172. 172 is in the running for the plane that I will fly next. Currently in the lead with 1 vote. Again, I have a little spinny wheel. If next week we have a tie, I will spin this cool spinny wheel. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and get the charts up on Navigraph here so everyone can see the departure. Going to be runway 2. Alright, we'll go ahead and start the opposite engine, close that guard, and close that guard. We will disconnect from external power. That hits about 50% into. Okay. So now we can give our little disconnect sign to the line guy outside. He's disconnected the GPU. Get parking brake off. Brakes, and we'll get a nice little pushback.
While I'm in the longitude, I hope I show up as a longitude.
You show up as a A320, I think, or a 7.3, one of the two. I think it's a 7.3. The engines are pretty low to the ground. Disconnected. Electrical system looks good. Alright. Just get a little pushback here. Just enough to swing back around and turn onto the taxiway. That should be enough room. Get my parking brake back on. Alright. So avionics switch is on. We went ahead and turned it fully on. Climate control selector will turn to norm. Get some nice AC on for the passengers, or I guess in this case it would be heat. The passenger light safety button is already on. correct. I wonder if there's a flight control button that will show flight controls on, for example. Actually, I think there is here in this menu. Let's see. I'm not sure how to do it. But we will just do it by feel. Okay, fully left, fully right. I do hear it going. Elevator up, elevator down. Spoilers. Flaps. You can hear them coming down. And hear them coming back up. So flight controls are free and correct. Check the speed brakes, ground spoilers, and the flaps. Alright, hydraulic pressure. Check. Alright, engine anti-ice. That. Alright, takeoff data. Alright, the only thing that I would like to do here is set our altitude, let's see, 10,500 or above. So we'll just go ahead and do that 10,500. Alright, avionics look good. Alright, we'll go ahead.
What time do you have it set for so I can try and make it match?
Say that again.
What time do you have it set for?
5:30 a.m. Or let's see what time it is exactly. It is 5:50 a.m. 12:05 UTC, October 1st, 2022. All right, we're going to go ahead and turn on the autopilot and then disengage it.
Autopilot. Autopilot.
Altimeter, we just set that. Pressurization, set. Okay, let's add divider doors. Alright, checklist complete. So go ahead and get our taxi lights on. Alright, hold the brakes. Release the parking brake. Brakes work. Turn on actually wing and engine anti-ice. Seats are in the upright and outboard position. We're going to set our flaps to flaps 1 for takeoff. Speed brakes 0%. Let's see if this is mapped. Yeah, great. 0. All 3 sim trims are set for takeoff. Crew briefing, we've done that. It's just me in here. Alright, TCAS, T-A-R-A, we're going to go to our tuning page, and we will turn to T-A-R-A mode there. Back to our legs page. Radar. Alright. So we'll go ahead and taxi. Tight turn to make sure we don't hit this idiot line guy who's just standing there. And just as I hoped and suspected, we're getting a sunrise now, so it should be nice and bright by the time we get all the way to Lukla. So again, I really enjoy the idea of doing things really realistically and everything, but sometimes it's fun to do these kind of challenges. So just let me know the kind of content that you want to see. I would love to make this a viewer oriented channel. So the content that I provide, I would like you all to tell me what you'd like to see, which is part of the reason why I have the aircraft vote. But also let me know, or do you like the more realistic flights? Do you like point A to point B with air traffic control? Would you like like stuff like this, where we're doing absolutely ridiculous things that have very little chances of actually working, and trying to see a private jet like the CJ4 land at a really short field and in a mountainous area in Lukla around Mount Everest? Do we want to see something like flying around St. Bart's, and that kind of thing? Do you like to see more virtual reality content? This is all stuff that I'm really interested in hearing about, and please drop it in the chat and let me know. So I could go around and back taxi, or I could just take off from the intersection. I guess I'll back taxi. Why not? I'll use all the runway that I have. So after I turn around back here, as I back taxi, I will hit the GA button, finish up our before takeoff checklist, then everything will kind of happen kind of fast. Once we're in the air and we climb to altitude on the departure, we should be in for some really beautiful views for the short flight into Lukla, and then a few minutes of terror and a lot of luck. What are you flying, Devin?
I have a red longitude.
A longitude.
Yeah, I just kind of like this plane. I don't know why. I enjoy it.
Well, good luck. Hopefully at least one of us succeeds. And there we can see him there, Kalmaya 117. Alright, so as we're here lined up, I'll go ahead and push this button, which doesn't actually exist here, I think. Let's see, where did they put it? This button here becomes the takeoff button. So check battery. Amps are 20 or less. Ice protection systems, we have wing and engine anti-ice. That's good. Alright, and then pitot-static heat buttons, so you need to put the pitot-static heat on for takeoff at least. Exterior lights. Okay, and we are ready for takeoff. I'm just going to make sure, let's see, that's set. I'll go ahead and arm heading mode before we start, and I'll go ahead and just set the heading to the runway heading. So let me change the range of this map a little bit. Firstly, I find it here on this FMS, of course, I need. No, don't want to do that. Well, I'd like to set it to nav mode and just cycle through the waypoints, but I don't remember how to do that, so whatever. Okay, FMS. Anyway, well, let's go ahead and take off. Turn off my headlamp. Kind of sit on the brakes and apply our throttles. Let them spool up for a moment. A little bit of elevator down pressure as they spool up. We'll go ahead and start. Airspeed's alive. And all over here. Alright, 140, that's rotate. Follow the flight director. Positive climb, gear up. And we'll go ahead and get the flaps up. Go ahead and turn on vertical speed mode. Actually, it should be flight level change mode rather. Heading mode. Alright, now follow the departure. We'll turn on nav mode. That is really climbing. Wow, this thing's like a rocket.
Altitude.
There we go. It's capturing our altitude. That was fast. There we go, all the way up here. And that's just about the altitude there. Alright. A little cloudy today. Alright, so let's see here. Throttles, takeoff, command mode, chevron. Okay, so I'd obviously go to throttles. Brakes released. Control wheel rotated VR, landing gear up, flaps to 0, throttles to climb. Alright, yaw damper. Okay, turn that on. Where is it? Pretty unfamiliar with these aircraft. I'm overspeeding. Alright, so where is the yaw damper? Where's the yaw damper on the longitude, Devin? Are you able to hear me? Okay, we may have lost Devin, or maybe he's muted his microphone, but hopefully he'll be back.
No, sorry. Yes, I muted it. It doesn't make a noise. On the longitude, I think it's automatic. I heard my message over at the airport. On the CJ, I do not. I may be wrong. Or it's going to be somewhere in your top panel. It says ID somewhere.
I found it. It was next to the autopilot master button. There's the yaw damper, turn on the autopilot, air protection systems, passenger light buttons while we're here. And let's see what our cruising altitude is here. We may want to climb to our cruising altitude. Flight level 210. It's pretty smooth though, and we climbed pretty fast. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the passenger lights. landing light buttons off. Pressurization looks good. Altimeter is good. We will go ahead and set our altitude up to our cruising altitude. 210. Choose the speed mode here. We'll climb. Set our throttles to climb. So beautiful mountain views there. And in fact, I'll switch to the external camera. Say that again. I'm having a hard time hearing you, Devin.
Oh, sorry. Cruising speed.
Right now it's about 270, but I'm going to be probably rocking about 300 until I get closer to for probably the next 60 or so nautical miles. Let me just double check here on my Navigraph chart. But yep, I passed Igris. And
Altitude.
through here it should capture the altitude automatically. Level off, there we go. It did.
Definitely come up on your right.
Say that again.
I'm tempting to come up on your right.
Okay, great.
I think I should be visible now.
I'll look in the external cam as well. Yeah, look at that. What I'd like to do is get rid of some of this information on the screen. I keep meaning to do that, but I always forget. Take some screenshots for us. I think I'll be able to see from inside of my cockpit as well at this point, so yep. Okay, here in about 15 nautical miles or so, we'll be at Kimti. I am going to kind of wing it at that point, but I believe that I can begin to descend down probably closer to like 15,000 feet or so. I just want to get over these mountain ranges first. And when I do get there, I'm pretty much going to go into heading mode and try to remember where Lukla is instead of following anything on the FMS. So no auto throttle on this aircraft, though. Well, I know that you can set a target speed when you're in FLC mode. So I'm not sure. I could be mistaken there, but there's no standard auto throttle. Just gonna watch the speed a bit. I'm gonna try to hover around this 270 speed. Above 18,000 feet, so we're past the transition altitude. Actually, I'm not sure what the transition level is for here. I didn't look at the chart, but I'll just say 18,000 feet for the sake of it. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and just go into heading mode. Won't fly into the mountain like it wants us to. I believe we're passing Kimti here. Let me look at my Navigraph charts. Oh, did I close them? I guess I did. Icos 1 Bravo. Yep, we're past Kimti. So we have some company. There is a Beach 36. Is that B36? Bonanza or Baron? And an F-18. Alright, I'm going to get up my VFR map and just take a look here at the direction of Lukla. There it is. So, at this point, I'm going to start slowing down a bit, and I'm going to begin a little bit of a descent. So I'm going to turn towards this valley. Once I get over these mountains, I'll descend a little more. Let's see. Let's go vertical speed mode. We'll set our altitude down to 18,000. Speed mode will arm and go down about 1,200 feet a minute or so. So get our seatbelt signs on.
May I have your attention, please? The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please fasten your seatbelt and shoulder harness at this time. Thank you.
It's just through this valley, right, Devin?
You're right above me, so basically, yeah. You'll be turning on left here across that mountain. There's your icon above me. That BE-36 is that he's
Dead ahead. You think he's at Lukla?
yeah. That's where Lukla is in that area.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna set down to 13,000 feet.
I don't know if you remember. Just remember, stay above 10.5. So you get the runway side. Otherwise, I think the runway's close now. If I remember correctly. I'm below you, and I'm behind you, but out of sight.
Okay, I'm descending down, so we'll just be careful here.
I'm trying to slow down.
Alright, what do I can get?
Oh yeah, we got to get that.
Alright, so we're going to slam dunk ourselves in here. We're a little fast. So I can get flaps in below 200. So as I level off here, so I'm pretty close. I'm just going to go ahead and put in flaps 15. Alright, got the runway in sight. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do.
Not that somewhere out.
Altitude. Landing gear.
Gear down.
Autopilot.
Yep, I passed it.
When it's snowy, it's a pain in the knee.
So we're gonna go ahead. Flaps up. And we're gonna turn around and try it again.
Oh, I don't have a little golf pieces.
I saw a video of a guy doing a go-around at Lukla. Previously thought impossible, but I'll send it to you and I'll post it for you viewers. I'll post it in the link or in the comments before I go.
Real life.
Yeah, real life.
Ooh, that's
Yeah, everyone at Lukla, which is funny because they're all white guys, you know, like no like Nepalese people there doing this video. They're all white guys going, ooh, ooh, ooh. You know, but he did it. the only thing is I gotta make sure that I remember where the hell this is on the way back in, but let's see, it's this way. Is that it over there? I think it is. Now what's my speed? Way fast. So what I'll do is I'll just go back around and turn around. Provided this actually is it. Is that it? No, I don't think that's it.
I just looked for my name in the field on the ground.
Yeah, when I get a second, I'll open up the VFR map and take a look. But I'm kind of flying in some pretty rough terrain.
Once I
Beautiful
park,
though. Have you made your approach in?
oh yeah, I'm taxiing.
Nice.
U-turn.
I wish I would have been able to see it on the stream, but I overshot the airport. It might be easier if I switch to the external cam, but I kind of like to stick to the internal cockpit view. Yeah, I'm lost. So I need to reorient myself here, but I'm kind of around so much terrain that I have to fly pretty high to get over it, which is gonna screw me up on my approach unless I fly pretty far out. I need to find that valley again. Problem is, it all just looks so damn similar.
Yeah, when it's snow, it's very difficult.
I think what happened is I flew down the wrong valley.
You came close. You flew over it.
Let's see. Let me see if I can chance getting my VFR map out. Just apply some nose back pressure. Oh, wait, is that... I see Django Sweat now, F-35 back again. I wonder if he flew from Lukla.
Whatever heading you're on, head south.
Say that again.
Head south. Wherever you are, just turn around and head south.
Okay. Let me make sure I can actually make it past mountains on this turn. Yeah.
I have your name inside. I don't know if you'll be able to see mine. My bad.
Yeah, hold on. I can't make that turn yet. I need to climb a little bit. Okay, I'm going to do a 180. I was pretty much on a northerly heading, so I'm turning around. I'm going to head south. I see your name, and so I think I see the valley I'm supposed to be. I think this looks familiar anyway. So I think this will set me up nicely for another approach. And my speed is pretty low, which is, I think, good for this approach.
Oh, you're coming from that direction. You're gonna have good approach.
So, provided I am where I think I am, I think this one's gonna look a lot better.
So like right now, I am almost directly over Lukla, but you definitely got to approach it down.
You're directly over Lukla?
For the most part, and heading south.
Okay.
And I'm gonna loiter over at the beginning of the valley, the approach. So you can follow my contact.
Great.
So,
Oh, I have your name in sight. How high? I guess you're pretty high above Lukla.
yeah, I'm dropping altitude. I climbed up so I can find you.
Maybe I am going down the wrong valley. There appears to be a mountain between your name tag and me.
Yeah, well, if you follow that valley, you're going to eventually get to me, but I'm on the other side of that mountain. I'm dropping, and I'm getting to the start point of what I usually use for approach. Do a laser circle.
Beautiful, though I think in real life I'd be scared to death. Especially in this. So, and this is also a different approach than I typically do. So, when I crest this mountain, where will the airport be? Or will I have to go to the other side of the mountain, right?
You've got to come over here because the way the airport's angled, that is a steep turn to go to the left. If you were in like a Twin Otter, I would say it could easily be done, but in a CJ, definitely not. However, you should, if you're on the map where I think you are, at some point, if you haven't already passed it, you should pass that airport at the dirt strip that will be on your right. I think you may have already passed it.
I passed it when I flew past Lukla. I saw it. Yeah, so,
You got a little bit of a right turn, and then you'll be in the main valley.
yeah, it's tough because I just have mountains all over me, and I'm trying to descend so that I can be at the right altitude when I get out there, but it's hard because I can't really see. It's a blind corner here.
I would say.
Is this going to be a right
Yeah.
traffic, or
Yeah, take a right.
I'm going right? I mean, is the airport going to be on my left or my right?
It's going to be on your left.
Okay.
Zenith guy is?
I do.
The airport is past him and higher. And I don't know if you can see me, but
I can. You're
right where
dead
I'm
ahead.
at is the approach area.
Yeah, could you imagine being in the plane and looking out the window and seeing that?
Only lightning there.
I think even if I was in like a
Oh,
Twin Otter,
Lukla.
you know, that I would be a little concerned. What were you saying?
I was going to say, so Lukla will be on that little plateau just past Zenith. So your altitude should be almost level, if not a little bit higher than that. It will be on your left.
All right. Are you on approach right now? Or are you doing another one?
No, I'm just doing a circle out here.
So are you above the field, or are you past it?
I'm above the field. I'm in the area that I like to start my approach.
Trade a little bit of airspeed for altitude. I'd like to slow down a bit.
And you have passed the field.
What?
I'm just letting you know you passed it. Should be on your far left or back left a little bit.
Okay, I didn't see it again, but I'll approach it from this side anyway. I didn't see anything. You know, I didn't see the field, so I wonder if we're talking like we're in two different valleys. So I'm gonna fly directly to you. I see you. Alright. Are you going to start your approach?
I can if you try to turn up.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll go ahead and make a U-turn. And then this should be somewhat familiar. Steep turn.
I like the bug on that side back.
Did you circle back around?
Did a half circle, try and give us more space, so yeah, ruined my road. I like to hug the left side of the valley. I'm approaching about 130, 149.
Yeah, I think the stall speed's pretty close to that here on Landing gear down. Oh, I never put the gear back up.
I'm almost lined up. And about to stall. Nope, I hit the bump.
Alright, here's my turn. Right behind you.
I hit the bump and stalled out right last.
That's okay. I believe that you did it the first time, which is pretty impressive.
There it is. Yeah, like you definitely have to touch down at those blocks, otherwise it gets you every time.
500.
Altitude.
All right, we made it, everyone. That was certainly something. We didn't die, but we very well could have, and maybe we should have. But everyone, welcome. You have made it alive with me to Lukla Airport in Nepal. And let's see, where's the beautiful welcome to Lukla? There it is. It's all covered in snow, but it's there. Welcome to Lukla. So
I will be there momentarily.
beautiful. Just come over here, stupid fuel truck. Do you understand? I didn't come all the way over here just to die.
No, that's a really big fuel truck for a Lukla.
Right? Alright, everyone. So, let's see. Landing lights off. It was already off. I broke the law. Let's see. Go ahead and take your seatbelt sign off. Let's see some of the passenger briefings that we could have played on the way. This is in retrospect here, but I probably could have played something that was akin to this.
May I have your attention, please? We have received indication that we may encounter turbulence. The lighted seatbelt sign has been turned on. Please be seated and fasten your lap belt.
Something like
when
that.
the seatbelt sign is turned off, you may again move about the cabin.
And I never played this one because I wasn't sure what was going to happen.
Attention, please. We will be landing shortly. Please turn off all portable electronic devices, stow tables, secure luggage, and loose articles. Return your seat to the upright and outboard position. Extend your headrest.
Let's see what it's
and
like back
fasten
there.
your lap belt and shoulder harness. After landing, please remain in your seat with your lap belt and shoulder harness securely fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop in the
That's what it's like in the CJ4. In the back here. Back to the cockpit. It's kind of loud up there. And we'll go ahead and do some external shots. Here we are. We'll go ahead and get our engines turned off. And yeah, let's see. We've been streaming for about, I guess, roughly 2 hours.
5.
It's been more like an hour and a half. Maybe we can, maybe we'll continue just with us. let's get turned off here first, because that's really
Well, I'll be
loud.
there in about 5 minutes. I took off in that really short runway.
Okay. Sounds good. Alright, so we did all that. Did all that. Alright. We somehow got through that. And we somehow got through that. Alright. Damper, disengage.
Have you turned DLSS on?
No, I haven't done that yet, and I'd also like to try DirectX 12. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. And with this stream, I didn't want to...
Be experimental.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, I haven't checked in on the stream very much. But thank you, everyone who has joined me here today from Kathmandu, Nepal to Lukla and the CJ4. A harrowing experience, but we did it. We have made it. So we'll get ourselves terminated here, turn off the engines.
I don't know much inside of you.
Alright, we'll get a ground power unit out here. Yeah, no, it's okay. Avionics off. I love in the Microsoft Flight Simulator logbook, it says 0 takeoffs but a landing. It's a bug.
On final.
Right. I'll get the drone camera out and see if I can't take some pictures of you. I hear you. Yeah. Can you stop? I think you can. Beautiful.
Thrust reverser flow. Yes, I will. I'm using the thrust reverser back up.
You show up as a CJ4 for me instead of the longitude. Anyway. Alright, turn the beacon off. Don't need these systems on anymore. Probably should turn that system off. Anyway, alright. And we'll go ahead and get our climate control to off. Standby flight display off. Go ahead and disarm our emergency lights. And turn the battery off. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining me again on this once weekly flight sim stream. I wanted to do something a little different this time, a little more fun. I do really enjoy trying to do things, as by the book as I possibly can. Student pilot, very low hour in real life pilot. So taking on some of these more complex aircraft and airliners is a challenge that I really enjoy enjoy doing. I very much am learning all these aircraft. As you can see, if you probably fly the Citation in real life, you probably were going, "What are you doing?" But today's flight was more fun just to see, can we land the Citation CJ4, a jet aircraft that has no business landing at Lukla. And I'd love to do stuff like this in the future as well. Try other challenging airports like St. Bart's, for example, and still, I'll bring you more content that has live air traffic control, either with the Pilot Edge network or with the VATSIM air traffic control network. We will do more virtual reality flights and in a variety of aircraft. I'll try to also keep it user generated content with what aircraft we fly, what we do. And if you have any ideas or tips or tricks or just something you'd like to see, please don't hesitate to comment or to private message me, and let me know what you think about about what to do. If you'd like to see something, I would love to facilitate that. In this stream, I really am flying for myself and doing this for myself, but I wouldn't be on this platform and streaming myself doing this and putting the effort into sharing it with you all if I didn't want you guys to enjoy it. And so ultimately, if there's content that you want to see on this page, share it with me, and I'll do my best to facilitate that content. Next week, we have one vote for the 172. If you want to see me fly a different aircraft, you can type !vote and then followed by the aircraft you'd like me to fly. You can choose between the 737, the CRJ, the CJ4, the A320, the Twin Otter, and the 172. So if you wanted to vote, for example, the 172, !vote, space 172. Right now, the 172 is in the lead with one vote. If we have a tied vote, I have a neat little spinny wheel. We will spin the wheel, and we will just choose from there randomly what aircraft we fly, and may even incorporate a spinny wheel in the future for different ideas and different routes. If you'd like to support the channel, I do have merch available. Have t-shirts. Typically, that's really the only thing that I'm offering right now. It really would help, supporting with Streamlabs Prime and Microsoft Flight Simulator. The PC Game Pass is how I operate that. Pilot Edge. All these are subscription services. Navigraph Charts. All these are subscription-based services. So your support really would mean a lot. And instead of just donating to the channel, then you get a cool shirt as well. Here is a shameless plug for the merch, where you can see some very beautiful people wearing the merch that you can get yourself at www.bazzi.shop. Again, thanks so much for watching this week. We will see you again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel, or should I say same Baz time, same Baz channel, here Friday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks again for watching.